For someone who had this build in NBA 2K20, it would be only right to break down this build and give y'all multiple variations of this. Y'all know the perimeter lock build. I had this build in 2K21 at the beginning of the year after my slashing playmaker and my playmaking shot creator. But today, I will be giving you the perimeter lock, speed boosting, non-speed boosting, and I'm giving you 2 different pie charts. So today you're getting 4 builds of the perimeter lock in one video. So I need y'all guys, if you haven't yet and you're new to the channel, subscribe. If you haven't yet as well, drop a like on this video. If you guys want to follow me on TikTok, my TikTok is ChaMoma YT. Make sure you go follow me on there. I do post other stuff on there. I'll be posting some nonsense and glitchy combos. I will be dropping a little dribble tutorial. This will be something simple but nothing crazy. But when we get to this, I made a point guard, and this is the pie chart y'all remember from 2K20. This pie chart right here. As y'all know, there's 13 pie charts on this game now. 13. But look, there's a new pie chart in the making. It's more red and less green, but the thing about it is not as bad. The regular pie chart that we're used to is this one. It has Hall of Fame shooting and Hall of Fame defense. But the one at the bottom has only Hall of Fame defense and gold shooting. Everything else is gold. But when we're making all these builds for the perimeter lock, everything will be a physical of speed. No matter what we do, no matter if it's a stand-in, or no matter if it's a spot-up build or it's a speed boosting build, it will be made by speed pie chart. So the first pie chart you will pick is the first one. So when we get into these type of builds of a perimeter lock, I'm going to show you the speed boosting version first, then the spot-up of the Hall of Fame shooting and defensive. Then I'm going to get into the Hall of Fame defensive with all gold shooting badges and all gold everything else, with speed boosting and 9 speed boosting. So when we start off this build, you always want to make sure you max out the main things of this. As you know, your main things are shooting and defending. I'm going to always start out making my builds with shooting, defending, making sure I max out everything. So I got 21 badges. I didn't put my offensive rebound up because that's the best way we can get our actual dribbling on this build. And since quick draw is not in the game anymore, you might not need 16 shooting badges. As you know, last year you had 18 as you had a perimeter lock. So you might not need this 16. You might just go down to 14. That is your decision. This is just a quick blueprint. I always make videos like this. I told y'all in a previous video, with these type of builds, I make y'all blueprints and y'all can just take off and shave things off. If you don't like having 16 shooting badges, you don't have to put it. But when it comes to the playmaking is going to be a 77. When you max them arms out, it's only gonna drop down like 2 to 3. So I say maybe 2, maybe even 1. How this year it is for the actual build system. When you max out your arms, it really doesn't make a big difference. But looking at it, it's looking real nice. This is a very balanced build for a speed boosting build. Only thing that you're missing is the offensive rebound. And most of the time, you're not going to be spotting up on this build. You basically be a second-hand ball handler. You're a secondary ball handler with this build. But when it comes to spotting up, I'm telling you this now. For a spot up, this can get real crazy. If you don't got to do nothing with your playmaking, you don't care about nothing about playmaking, you just know you're going to catch it, shoot the ball, and literally take the ball in a few times to the hole, this will be a great spot up build for you right here. This right here, 3, 21, and 22. For the speed boosting version of this build, it was 1, 16, 10, and 21. So it's based on how you're playing. If you're a person that doesn't care for dribbling and you don't care for speed boosting, none of that, you don't care for none of that, you can make this right here. But you can also mess around with it and change it so you can just get the actual dribble moves to have the 70 ball control to get the certain pro dribble moves. So you can have 4, 16, 1, and 22. All I did was take away some of my post fade and I will have 17. For anybody that's like, okay, 17 shooting badges for a spot up, that's good enough. That's 1 less badge that we had last year. And now we have no quick draw, so that's extra badges. If you don't want them badges, that's up to you. You can get 4, 17, 1, and 22. That's just crazy. For a spot up, 1, 7, that's just crazy. That's crazy. That's just a nice amount. 4, 17, 1, and 22. But like I told you guys, we're going to come back to this pie chart. The red and new green pie chart for shooting and defending, but this has more defending. When I tell you guys, the reason I'm going to be showing you this because, bro, this is faster than the other perimeter lock, but the ball control is not going to be as high. The last one, I would prefer that if you're going for the speed boosting route, use that one. If you don't care about how the Hall of Fame badges, you want higher defensive stats, pick this pie chart. For anybody that wants a speed boost with this pie chart, this is the secondary version. This is the modified perimeter lock pie chart. For anybody that doesn't know, this has more red and less shooting. So look, when I make this build, we have less shooting, as you see. We had 80, it only dropped down 2. Looking at the badge count, to anybody that's looking at it, it's 24 defensive badges right there. 24. Maxed out all the way out. If on the other build with spot up, you had 22. But with this pie chart, like I said, you get extra defensive, you get better defensive stats. Anyway it go, you still get 99 still on both builds. If you pick the Hall of Fame defending and shooting, even with the Hall of Fame by itself, you still get a 99 steal, you still get great 99 stats. But when we get to this part of the finishing, a lot of people are going to say, what do I do with my finishing? Do I use close shot? Do I do that? But one thing I want to tell you guys, I did have 7 playmaking badges and I switched it to 8 because when you have 8, you can have a chance of getting playmaking takeover. As long as you mess around with it, you can get playmaking takeover. It could be 8 or 9 based on what you do with it. If you go 1 down from max wingspan, you'll have playmaking takeover. Or if you do max, it's based on how it goes. Because when you mess around with it and you mess with the shooting, it won't clarify if you gain playmaking takeover. I hope y'all keeping track. I hope y'all writing your notes down, because when it comes to this perimeter lock, I broke this down to a Q. The only person I can tell you that can break this down way better than me, I can say my man's Uncle Demi. If you don't know who he is, make sure you check out his channel. Link will be in the description. But I'm telling you, he can dissect this the best way I can. Because look, for a spot up, 2, 17, 1, and 24, this is looking nice. This is for a spot up now. For a spot up, 2, 17, 1, and 24 is looking about right. We're on the road to success. If you're a spot up, you might have to run this. If you don't care about having the finishing badges or care about that, you can just put it all on shooting and get maybe 1 more badge. But I think this caps out at 17 shooting badges. It's not going to be as high like I told y'all guys. The other one with Hall of Fame shooting, you get 20. But when it comes to the height, when you're going to make an actual perimeter lock build, you're going to pick between 6'4 or 6'5. Between these, you're never going wrong with a 6'4", 6'5". You make a 6'3", you can if you want to. You will have a 92 speed and a 91 acceleration, I think, or a 90 acceleration if you're going in with the speed boost part. But I wouldn't go with a speed boosting version of this build. I would rather go to a speed boosting version of the Hall of Fame shooting and defending. With the Hall of Fame defending by itself, it's kind of iffy because when you have a 70-something ball control and drop it down, you will need that playmaking takeover. If you don't have playmaking takeover, you get the +10. Like you see, I didn't get the playmaking takeover. And that is because I have the regular spot up version. If you're going with the regular spot up version, make sure you make it a lockdown. Only use lockdown takeover. If you're going with the spot up, lockdown takeover. If you're going with the speed boosting version of both of them, having a 70-something ball control, pick playmaking takeover, because you will be able to speed boost once you get 99 overall. The range for ball control that you're aiming at, if you want the speed boosting version for the only defensive Hall of Fame, you will want a 73 ball control, at least 73. You will aim for a 73. But if you have Hall of Fame shooting and defending, you're aiming for that 77, 76. It doesn't matter. As long as you can get up above 73 ball control, you will be able to speed boost. If you can get as high as you can, even having max arms, you will be Gucci. So look, when we get into this part, this is the Hall of Fame shooting and defending. So for nobody get confused, with me going 6'4", 6'4" is the kind of sweet spot with this perimeter lock build. 6'5" can still be tolerated just because it still has that 90 speed. You will end up having a 97 or 98 speed based on how the game works with the actual gym rat badge, if you get that at a rep or you get that in my career. So I'm going to go with the 6'4". I will also be going with the lowest weight based on what type of build I'm going with. If I'm going with a speed boosting version, I'm going lowest weight or 180. But when it comes to the arms, you must make your arms max. It's no reason you being a lockdown with somewhat medium arms. Like, it wouldn't make any sense. You're a perimeter lockdown or a lockdown in general, anything that's a lockdown, you should not have minimum arms, or you shouldn't have actual average arms. Any build that you have Hall of Fame defensive badges, make sure that build has max arms, or at least long arms. But you see, when we get to takeover, we have playmaking takeover. Yes, this is what you came for. Once you get to the 99.9 or 99, you're going to have at least an 80 ball control, 79, something like that. But with this playmaking takeover, you getting close to getting takeover, getting a few buckets up, you'll be speed boosting, you'll be doing your thing, you won't be out here cooking people. But with that playmaking takeover activated, you're going to have a 90 ball control or a 89 ball control. A speed boosting sharp lock, basically. A speed boosting sharp lock. But if you guys got all this information from this video, make sure you drop a like, subscribe. If you got any questions, put it in the comments. Follow me on Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. And make a message to Mama. And I'm out, y'all.